Yo, what is up, boys and girls? My name is Smurf, and today I'm here to talk about why I'm a vegetarian. And this is something I wanted to talk about for a while, kind of get my point across to people who don't understand why I'm a vegetarian, and I hate because it's really it's actually pretty tough being a vegetarian because like 99% of the stuff you see on like fast food menus and just food places in general is just contains meat somewhere in it. Like, it's just hard to find vegetarian meals when you go out to eat, and it's also hard to find meals when you're at home, too, because you have to cook shit, and I hate cooking shit, so, like, I'll just eat, like, lean pockets with, like, fucking cheese and fucking spinach in it. You know? Like, it's hard to be a vegetarian, but it's well worth it if you think about the moral aspect of it, and that's one of the things I really have started acknowledging more, is what's morally correct to do in life, and what's just the right thing to do. Ever since I got off of YouTube, I've just been reading like books on philosophy and things like that, and I've garnered a bunch of information in my mind, and in my mind, of course, you know, everybody thinks this, but I think I'm right with most of my decisions. Everybody thinks they're right, and it's just a matter. It's not really a matter of opinion on something. Some things you are just plain correct on, and some things, you know, it just may be right for you, and maybe it just seems a little bit extreme for somebody else, and maybe that might be the case, but nobody really knows because there's no real middle ground, or no real good side or bad side. It's just like a really tricky topic or whatever. Vegetarianism, I think, is one that's just easy to explain as to why I'm a vegetarian. First things first, if you eat meat and you go out and hunt meat and you go out and you kill deers and shit, and you just do that shit for like fun, like it's like a game for you. You go out with your buddies and just fucking kill innocent lives with central nervous systems that can comprehend the idea of life, and you just go out there and you end their life because you don't want them to starve. By the way, one of the things I hate about hunting is they go out and kill all these deers because, like, if there's too many deers, they're all gonna starve because it's winter. So why don't you invest that money that you're spending on hunting all those deers and buying all those guns? Why don't you invest some of that money in buying some goddamn deer feed and putting that shit on a fucking tree or something? I don't know. Why don't you help the deer instead of fucking killing them? Like, oh, he's gonna die anyway. He's better just fucking blast his brains out right now. There's no helping this fucker, even though he's still alive. You know, you can't help him. He's too far gone. Look at him. You can see his ribs. There's no way he can live. I hate that because deers can live, and there will be overpopulation in cases, but that shit will even itself out on its own. And I get the whole thing with like, oh, what if I'm driving and I hit a deer? You know, that's that goddamn deer's fault. No, it's your fault for being a fucking idiot. Just turn your goddamn brakes on. Look for deers. If you see one run by, just stop. Wait for the other ones to come. You shouldn't have to go out and fucking murder things because they get in your way. That's like saying deer should be able to murder us because we kill them. They just fuck up our cars. I mean, honestly, how many deers actually end up killing people when they hit them? I mean, I honestly don't know, so I'm just kind of pulling this out of my ass, but I doubt it's an astronomical amount of number as compared to the amount of deer that we kill to save our own asses. Like, really, well, we're gonna end up hitting them anyways. We should just fucking blast their brains out. So just stop taking all that money that you're spending towards hunting and preventing overpopulation and do it in a morally correct way without, you know, playing it for the game, going for body shots, watching deers suffering, gutting them, posting your pictures on Facebook, because that's just fucking gross, and just shit like that. And yeah, just fucking shit like that. Also, and the other part of why I don't eat meat is because when you eat meat at places like fast food restaurants and stuff like that, you're not supporting open range shit. You're not supporting open pasture, or just like morally killed. I guess you could say morally, but in a, you know, killed in a better sense. And like the farmers take care of the cows and shit, and the cows aren't just fucking born in cages and fucking all crammed together and then sent to a goddamn factory line to have their throats slit while they're still alive. They drag them down the line even further and just fucking gut them. You know, that shit pisses me off. You know, just the mass production of meat. Like, we treat these things like they're just fucking pieces of metal or some shit, and we're just trying to fucking turn them into a goddamn iPhone. We're just sending them down the line, and they're just items to us, and that's what I hate. But the other part of me being vegetarian is I only eat I will eat meat per se, but only meat that really doesn't have like a central nervous system and really can't comprehend life. Things like clams and shrimp and shit, they really, I guess shrimp can kind of comprehend life, but like clams and shit, what the fuck? They don't do shit. They live forever anyways. And yeah, you know, I have no problem with eating things that like really don't have a central nervous system. And then there's people who go to the extreme cases like my mom and bring up the idea, oh, plants have feelings too and shit. but they literally can't even qualify as life. Just because they have movements and things like that does not mean they can qualify as life. I get that they have things that they evolved with over the years that I guess could equate to being math, like they know how much to take in for the winter or whatever. That's really just evolutionary shit. It doesn't really mean that there's much going on inside of the plant at all, and I really don't feel too guilty for eating a goddamn fucking thing of salad. Because I'm not eating the goddamn plants that are smart as shit. I'm eating fucking salad and carrots and shit. Like, what the fuck? They don't do shit. There's no brain in there whatsoever. They can't comprehend life. So, there's that aspect of it. So yeah, it's just the total hypocrisy, which oh yeah, I forgot about that. If you own a dog and you are a hunter, I don't want to see you crying when I shoot your fucking dog in its face or something. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to go do that, because that'd be really fucking screwed, especially since I hate hunting. I would never shoot an animal. But it's like saying, what if I ate your fucking dog? Basically, you're shooting animals that are almost smarter than your dog. In some cases, they're just not tamed so that you can't see their smartness in action because they're not with you constantly. They're not man's best friend. Or they're not with you. You don't see them going out and doing all these intelligent different things, so you don't really think about it. But deers are probably fucking smarter than your stupid little dog. Okay? I mean, I get that dogs can be taught very well, but I imagine if deers were domesticated, so could they. But anyways, there's shit like that. It's like a life is a life. If I fucking kill your dog, you'd be pissed. If you kill a deer, you don't give a shit. If your dog dies, you're fucking bawling your eyes out. It's just plain old hypocrisy. It's so fucking hypocritical to eat meat and things like that and go hunting. If you hunt and you eat meat, we literally can probably not be friends. I'm actually friends with a hunter or whatever. I mean, I'm not going to try to shove my moral obligations down your throat for any reason whatsoever, but I just like to get the thing across that you are a complete fucking hypocrite if you eat meat, which means like a shit ton of the world is a bunch of hypocrites. And I get that it's like it's like the hipster thing to be vegan or vegetarian. I can't do vegan. Vegan is too extreme. No fucking milk, no eggs. That is too much. I will literally have no source of food. And, I guarantee that the cows out here aren't being milked to fucking death. Like, I buy my shit from, like, Wegmans and shit. They're from open range fields and shit with cows. And I know that I swear a lot or whatever. It's just because I like to talk. That's how I talk when I commentate. I like to swear. I'm sorry. Fuck. But yeah, I eat the eggs and the milk or whatever. That's just that. That's just how it is. So yeah. That's my opinion. That's why I'm vegetarian. Love you guys. Have a good day. Yo, what is up, boys and girls? My name is Smirk, and I'm here to review Death Battle 5. This game is fucking awful, and we'll get to that in a second. But first things first, I want to say that I've been playing this game for 6 hours, and it's just been shit. And the gameplay...